Hello, my friends. Happy Tuesday. It's Jen Pittelbach with By the Shore Stamping here with another project for you this week. This one is going to be super timely, so hopefully you'll see this really quickly within the next couple of days because I'm featuring the awesome Wonderful World bundle again, which is a Sale-a-Bration reward item. For those of you that spend at least $100, you can pick this as one of your freebies through August 31st, 2022. And of course, if you're watching this afterwards, hopefully you got the bundle when it was available because it's a really good one. But I think you'll still be able to use the technique I'm going to show you today regardless of whether or not you have this bundle here. But this is the Wonderful World. So it comes with the stamp set and the pack of 12 by 12 paper. It's a full pack, 12 sheets, so 2 each of 6 designs. And I'm going to kind of fan these out a little bit, but bear in mind that I have used quite a few of these. So you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How did I do that? I think I must be showing. Oh, here we go. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Don't ask me. I'm still on New Orleans brain right now. So, but needless to say, it's super pretty paper, and I've got most of it here. I think I might be missing a piece or two, but it's really, really pretty. So I'm going to feature these 2 here. Let me first just show you what I made last week. So I made these last week. These were featuring just paper essentially and a stamp set. I'm using the same sentiments for this one as I used last week. This was the Wonderful World, so it has no sentiments whatsoever. So I recommend pairing it with the Charming Sentiments bundle, which you could just do the stamp set if you wanted. It has all the kind of words that you want. But I love this one because it also has die cuts, so you don't have to fussy cut. You know how I love to like cut around a word, right? Or a sentiment. So this one actually does that for you, and then has some really cute other decorative elements that you can add into your projects as well. So this is a really great collection to pair with this one, but obviously you could use any sentiments you wanted. So these are the gatefold cards I made last week. If you didn't see that, go ahead and scroll back on my YouTube channel and you can go ahead and grab that video as well. But for today, we're going to do a really super simple card, but what I wanted to share with you is that you can actually watercolor with your Wink of Stella pen. So I really wanted to highlight the patterned paper, and I'm sorry, I totally forgot to change my grid paper, which was silly of me. So I wanted to highlight this pattern paper because I really loved it. This one's a little bit busy, so you do have to be careful when you're using it, but I think I made it really subdued enough that it works. So a little trick for you when you're using bold pattern papers like this is either use really small pieces if the stamped element you're using is very bold, or make your stamped element sort of less bold. So let me show you what I did for that. So this, I'm actually going to just go ahead and tape down to the front because I did not use any adhesive around, any ribbon around the panel. We did use some ribbon, but not around that panel. Okay, so what I did is, because this paper is super, super busy, I did a couple of things. First thing, when I stamp this image, I'm gonna make it super plain. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and stamp this beautiful image with Mossy Meadow and just keep it really, really plain. So I'm not going to do any like coloring, because you could do this because it's a solid image stamp. I could use my Stampin' Write markers, the water-based ones, and like color the flowers one color and color the stems another color just to kind of give it some interest, but I really want to keep it sort of plain. Okay, so I'm going to leave that just the way it is. And you know what I just noticed? I taped my flowers on upside down, you guys. I didn't realize there was a order to that, but whatever. It is what it is. We're going to cover a lot of this anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the natural finish ribbon. This is the one that you can actually stamp on too, you guys. This is part of the Abigail Rose collection, but as you can see, this stuff pairs with anything. But I'm going to leave it plain again because, again, we're letting that paper shine and we're trying to make it so it's not too in your face. So I'm going to just cut that on an angle, and we're going to build a little stage for our stamped image. So I'm just going to, I like the way that looks, so I'm going to pick that up and put some adhesive down just to hold that ribbon in place, and then I'll put that down. Okay, whoops, that kind of moved, but it's okay. And I'm trying not to go too far off the edges because you don't want them to get all stuck, so I'm going to just trim that down a little bit like that, and just trim off a little bit here like that. Okay, now I'm going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm actually just going to put a little tape here to stick that down so it doesn't pop up like that. Okay, then I'm going to use some dimensionals, and I'm going to pop this up onto my pattern paper. Again, we've created a little break for the eyes with this nice thick natural ribbon. And I'm going to stick this right in the middle. Hopefully I'll get it straight this time. And I do want to do a sentiment, so I'm going to use that same Mossy Meadow. So we're just using one ink color, and I'm using the Thank You from that Charming Sentiments bundle. So I stamped that Mossy Meadow on Pear Pizzazz, which is another color in that pattern paper. You can see it's the lighter leaf here. And through the magic of television, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take this, I'm going to run this through my die cutting machine, and then we're going to get the cut out Thank You. So I'm not going to do that right now, just for time's sake. I'm going to go ahead and tape this down. Now I think the thing that really makes this card sparkle, because it literally does, is a little bit of Wink of Stella. So first I'm going to attach this right about there. Looks good. Okay, and then I'm going to take my Wink of Stella. You want to make sure it's got some good liquid in it, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use this to watercolor my flower. So this this image is very, it's got a lot of depth to it. It's got a lot of different layers and shading to it, which is perfect. The shading in particular is perfect when you want to watercolor. And I'm using my Wink of Stella to do that. So what that's going to do is it's going to kind of soften the image a little bit, but then it's also going to add sparkle at the same time. Does it get any better than that? Not really. So I'm going to just go ahead and quickly do this, and then I'm going to show you the difference. Hopefully you'll be able to see it in the camera. Can you see the difference between that flower and this flower? I don't know if you'll be able to see the sparkle necessarily, but I'm sure you can see that it's a little softer. It's like more muted because I'm watercoloring it. So we're going to do the same thing here, and I'm going to just go ahead and do a little watercoloring like so. Okay. So it doesn't take a lot of time. And of course, if you didn't want to do this step, you could totally skip it, and it makes it for a super fast card. Like you could make a ton of these really, really fast. And I feel like you could even make this like a holiday card if you wanted. Obviously not with this paper, but if you had some nice traditional red and green paper and you wanted to make this a holiday card, you could stamp it just like we did. Use more of a holiday vibe card that's kind of got some good, I'm thinking the Bows of Holly designer series paper that we have right now in the holiday catalog would work really nicely because that's another bold print but then you would just stamp it in the Mossy Meadow, and you could leave it as is, or you could watercolor with the Wink of Stella, but it would just allow you to mass produce a lot of cards really quickly. And you could, of course, instead of doing the paper, because of course paper isn't as economical when you're doing mass production, so you could just emboss the panel to use one of your embossing folders in the die cutting machine, and then you could do that instead, and that wouldn't cost as much for the paper part of it. So there you have it. There's your card for this week. And of course we have this one from last week. I do have a third one that I did, but I think it's at home with my thank you cards, so I can't show you. So I did use this one a few times. It's just such a pretty bundle, and I think I kind of neglected it for way too long for this celebration period. So if it's something that's on your wish list, be sure to grab it in the next 24 hours so you don't miss out. And of course, if you have lots of things on your wish list, or you just love Stampin' Up! Product, or you want to kind of build a little business around crafting, this is the best time to do it. You can have until the end of the day on August 31st, 2020 to be able to get your starter kit, which is $99 plus tax. Free shipping on that order. You get to pick $125 worth of product of your choice for just $99 plus tax. And then you get this awesome Making Plans bundle for free. So it has 3 notebooks, a lined, a blank, and a dotted. It has the Making Plans stamp set and the planner here, which has stickers and a really nice little pocket, and it's dated for July 2022 through December 2023. Just the monthly part is dated, so these regular days you actually fill in. So it's got some versatility for it too, but I just love it. It's beautiful. It's very high quality, very, very nice. So if that's something of interest to you, be sure to check that out soon. And until next time, I will be back next week on Tuesday with our next YouTube video, and on Thursday for our Thursday Throwdown on my Facebook page. So I'll hope to see you there. Have a great week, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.